Hey there, young adult lesbians. It's Sam, your Saturday. I'd like to apologize for being late again. I so silly. I have a horrible old laptop, and I've had to take it in a couple times recently to have it looked at. Fingers crossed, it should be working fine now. I have some really smart friends who are really good with techie things, so yeah, not the point, but thought I'd share. Hope you're all having a really good weekend. I went and saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time ever. It was so exciting. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on with me. Uh, I think I'll just move swiftly on to the questions. Um, this week's topic is basically just coming out uh, and all that it encompasses. So I'm going to tell you the story of my coming out. And just to clarify, I think that there isn't just one coming out. Like I feel like you have to come out so many times throughout your life. Just like the big coming out, like coming out in conversation to people you've just met, etc., etc. But when I came out, I was 17 and it was my birthday party. I had like a handful of my very close friends over for cake and drinking and like it was an Alice in Wonderland theme party. It was great. But basically I was in the kitchen staring at the cake, getting ready to cut the cake, and I was just like, you know what? I love these people a lot, and I know they love me, and I think it's time. I think it's time that I just be honest with myself and I be honest with everyone else, because that's what you're supposed to do for with the people you love is be honest. So I was just like, guys, you know what? Like, I need to tell you something, and they're like, oh, okay, Sam, like whatever, and I was just like, guys, I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. I like girls. And my friends were just like, oh, okay, like that's cool, like not a big deal. Um, I think I was very lucky with my coming out because I have very supportive and loving friends, and I just I feel very lucky. Um, when I came out, I was hanging out with um, a different crowd than I am now. After coming out, I did stop being close with all of these friends that I had initially had to come out to, or not had to, but decided to come out to. I think the thing is that when I came out, I was hanging out with people that in the beginning I didn't have very much in common with, and I think that as soon as I came out, I was just immersed into this lesbian world, and it was exciting and new. And I'm still friends with the people I was friends with in high school, but I've now come to have like a group of friends, regardless of their sexual orientation, who this is what I think happens when you're in college, first of all, but basically who I have a lot more in common with, who I can be even more open with, and it's really invigorating. Um, I don't regret how I came out. I don't regret coming out to the people that I did come out to. All I'm saying is that when you come out, it opens new doors. It opens new doors for friendships, for relationships, obviously. But yeah. Uh, I definitely don't regret coming out ever. Um, because I shouldn't. I should never have to regret being who I am. I should never have to regret my sexual orientation. I should never have to regret anything about myself because it's who I am, and if someone doesn't like it, mind my swear word that's about to come out, but if someone doesn't like it, they can go fuck themselves. Anyway, as for my family, I came out to my mom. She my mother is the sweetest woman. Um when I came out, she was just like, okay, okay. It was actually really awkward. We were walking from the grocery store, and generally on our grocery store walks is when we have very serious conversations. And I was like, Mom, you know what? Like, I need to talk to you about something. And I was very nervous telling my mother because I know that she has expectations for my life. And I know that all parents do, and that's totally natural when you're a parent. And I told my mom, I was just like, I've been really depressed lately. Actually, for a long time. I'm not happy, and I need to tell you something. I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. I like women, and my mom like just looked at me and hugged me. She also didn't talk to me for 2 days, but it wasn't out of malice, and I knew that. She came to me 2 days later and was like, "I'm really sorry that I haven't like really acknowledged what you said. I needed some time to think." And she's like, and she came to the conclusion, which is the right conclusion, that all of her mental images of me getting married and me like having a family are still completely 100% like plausible, whether or not I want to get married or have a family. But that made me really happy. I came out to her side of the family, all of them. It was super easy because there's a few other queer folk within my family, and they're all very supportive. And but they also like still joke around with me, and like it's hilarious because I don't feel like my sexual orientation has at all like changed the balance that we had and like the like awkward like joking relationships I have with my aunts and uncles. And it came out to my dad as well. That was a little more difficult. I was really scared too because he's openly homophobic and racist and just hates everyone. So I did it in the weirdest way possible. I wrote a little note on the fridge that said, "Hey dad, guess what? I'm queer." And he was like laughing, and I was downstairs because that's where my room was at the time. And my mom, I could hear her, and she was just like, "No, like Jim, like Sam's actually gay." And he hates it. Like he totally hates it. But I told him, I guess, what is that, like 2 or 3 years ago now? And he's getting a little better. He's talking to me. We live together, but we never really talked. But he's being a little better about it. So it just takes time. It really does take time with some people. And I don't expect to ever have like an amazing relationship with him, but that's not because of my sexual orientation. That's because of his prejudices. And he can suck it up. And if he doesn't deserve to have a relationship with me, and that's how I feel. I haven't told his side of the family because they're even more uh, intense than he is. So I figure, you know, I think it would. Okay, this is so silly, but I think it would be really funny if the way I come out to them would be when I'm sending my save the dates for my future wife and mine's wedding. I know that's weird, but I just fantasize about it sometimes because I think it'd be really funny, and I have a horrible sense of humor. So that's basically my coming out story. I think that the best advice that I could give to someone who hasn't come out yet is that you really should come out. Um, I think that coming out, it literally lifts a weight off of your shoulders. When I like came out, I felt like a completely like I okay, this is such a bad analogy, but I felt like a little caterpillar coming out of her cocoon as a pretty butterfly. It makes you a lot more happy. Like or it should make you happy. It really should because you're no longer lying to yourself and the people you love and they get to see like the real you. Like that's literally what my mom said to me. She said as soon as I came out, she felt like she was looking at me differently because she was seeing me like as myself. And I think that's totally true and I think that's something that people really need to think about because it's so important to like be honest with yourself and be true to who you are. Um, and if you're having troubles with this, like you can talk to any of us here on Young Adult Lesbians. Like that's what we're here for because we really do believe like all of us I'm sure believe that coming out is such a wonderful thing and if it's something you're struggling with like I want you to know that I'm here for you. It can be scary. It definitely is scary. But sometimes it's the scariest things that are the most important and the most rewarding. Um, So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I think I covered everything. Yeah, so I hope you're all having a really good weekend. Um, I'm very excited to watch the rest of the videos for this week. All right, I'll see you guys next weekend. Bye.